A late June night, two bodies brutally murdered outside a Los Angeles condo. Blood pooled on the walkway, a trail leading into the darkness. Within hours, the name of a national hero would be whispered in shock, then shouted across headlines. O.J. Simpson, football legend, movie star, beloved public figure, now accused of the most shocking crime in American history. What followed was not just a trial. It was a storm that tore through America's soul. A story of race, celebrity, betrayal, and the limits of justice. And when it was over, the world would never be the same. This is the O.J. Simpson trial, crime and controversy. To understand the trial, we must first understand the man. Orenthal James Simpson, O.J., wasn't just a football player. He was a phenomenon, a Heisman Trophy winner, a record-breaking NFL running back, a household name. To millions, he was the very image of American success. Charismatic, marketable, admired. But behind the celebrity image lay a turbulent personal life. O.J. married Nicole Brown in 1985. She was stunning, warm, and 12 years younger. Their marriage was glamorous and volatile. Police were called to their home multiple times for domestic disturbances. In one incident, Nicole was found badly beaten, telling officers, "He's going to kill me." Still, the relationship continued, and their lives played out in the spotlight of Los Angeles. By the early 1990s, O.J. and Nicole were divorced, but their connection never fully severed. Friends described their bond as passionate, yet destructive. It was against this backdrop that tragedy struck. On the night of June 12, 1994, Nicole Brown Simpson had dinner with family at a Brentwood restaurant. Later, she returned home to her townhouse on Bundy Drive. At nearly 10 p.m., she spoke on the phone with friends. By 10:15, she was outside her home, and someone was waiting. What happened next was brutal. Nicole was stabbed multiple times, her throat slashed so deeply she was nearly decapitated. Nearby, a young man named Ron Goldman, a restaurant waiter and friend who had come by to return a pair of sunglasses, was also attacked and killed. His body lay sprawled near the front gate. At 12:10 a.m., a dog barking frantically alerted neighbors. They discovered the grisly scene and called police. Evidence quickly pointed to O.J. Simpson. Bloody footprints, a left-handed glove at the crime scene, and a trail of blood that seemed to lead back towards Simpson's estate. Police called O.J. in for questioning. At first, he was cooperative, but within days, suspicion grew. And then, O.J. vanished. On June 17, 1994, America stopped. O.J. was scheduled to surrender to police. Instead, he disappeared. Hours later, his white Ford Bronco was spotted on a freeway, driven by his friend Al Cowlings, with O.J. in the back seat. Inside the car, police discovered a note written by O.J., which some feared was a suicide letter. As the Bronco crept down the 405 freeway, helicopters circled overhead. News stations cut live to the chase. Nearly 95 million people watched as O.J. sat in the back, holding a gun to his head. For hours, the country was frozen in surreal tension. Crowds gathered on overpasses, cheering as the Bronco passed. It wasn't just a police chase, it was a national spectacle. Finally, after a slow-motion pursuit, O.J. returned home and surrendered. He was arrested and charged with 2 counts of murder. The stage was set for the trial of the century. In January 1995, the trial began. The prosecution, led by Marcia Clark and Christopher Darden, believed they had a mountain of evidence. DNA from blood drops, fibers, a glove at the crime scene that matched a glove found at O.J.'s estate. Forensic science seemed certain to seal the case. But O.J. had assembled what came to be known as the Dream Team. Legendary attorneys, Robert Shapiro, Johnnie Cochran, F. Lee Bailey, and Alan Dershowitz. Backed by high-profile advisors and endless media coverage, the defense had resources few defendants could ever dream of. The courtroom became theater. Cameras captured every moment. The nation was transfixed. Every testimony, every objection, every twist dissected on nightly news. Then came the twists. The infamous glove. Prosecutors believed the bloody glove found at the crime scene matched one at O.J.'s home. But when O.J. tried it on in front of the jury, it seemed too small. Johnnie Cochran delivered the now iconic line, "If it doesn't fit, you must acquit." In that moment, the prosecution's case took a devastating blow. And then came the Mark Fuhrman tapes. Fuhrman, the LAPD detective who discovered key evidence, was revealed to have used racist slurs repeatedly in recordings. The defense argued that Fuhrman had not only lied, but could have planted evidence. The credibility of the investigation crumbled. The case was no longer just about murder. It was about race, policing, and trust in the justice system. After nearly 9 months of trial, the jury deliberated for less than 4 hours. On October 3rd, 1995, the verdict was read. Not guilty. O.J. Simpson was acquitted of both murders. The decision revealed a racial divide in America. To some, O.J. was a victim of a corrupt system, a black man finally beating the odds. To others, justice had been denied, and a killer had walked free. But freedom didn't mean peace. In 1997, a civil jury found O.J. liable for the wrongful deaths of Nicole and Ron Goldman, awarding $33.5 million in damages to their families. O.J. never fully paid. His public image never recovered. He lived in a strange limbo, avoided by Hollywood, pursued by paparazzi, mocked by late-night comedians. In 2007, O.J. was arrested again, this time for armed robbery in Las Vegas. He served 9 years in prison before being released in 2017. Decades later, the O.J. Simpson trial still haunts the American psyche. It asked painful questions about race, justice, and whether celebrity can tilt the scales of truth. Did O.J. Simpson get away with murder? Or was he the victim of a broken system? The world may never know for sure. 2 lives were brutally lost, and a nation was forced to confront its divisions. In the end, the O.J. trial was never just about O.J. It was about America and the controversies that still echo today. For more thrilling true crime stories, like this video, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification button. See you in our next video.